Hey guys, Awkward Hybrid here. Yeah, I know it's been a while since I'd last filmed in this room, but now's a good time to go back to our roots and really discuss things. Well, not really. If I go back to my whole roots, I'd be filming in the basement using the YouTube camera, offering rather unfounded opinions with minimal facts from Tumblr, but that's all aside. Anyway, let's talk about Black Panther, shall we? Non-spoiler review first. For those who haven't seen the movie, which admittedly is getting a little bit more unfounded with each passing day, considering it made a whole lot of money, the plot of this movie is basically Prince T'Challa becoming the king of Wakanda and all the drama stuff that comes along with it. He has a little sister named Zuri who is really good at technology, and she's like, I kind of admire her and want to be as smart as her, but my passions don't lie in science and engineering. There's also a problem with a man played by Andy Serkis named Claw. Not spelled like, claw, but I think like this. And he stole a large amount of vibranium, a fictional glowing material that's basically a giant MacGuffin, from Wakanda back in the 90s, and T'Challa's like, not so fast, you hand that back, mister. This movie, it's an average Marvel movie, in all the good ways and all the bad ways, but if you like Marvel movies and you're like, hey, I want another Marvel movie, then go out and like it. If you're starting to get sick of the Marvel pattern, then you don't have to watch it. Personally, I love the visuals of this movie. Now, all of the actual nature shots, they were pretty clearly CGI, and if that's a problem for you, completely understandable. But even just for the fashion purposes, it was still pretty fascinating to look at. I think the costume designers they clearly took a lot of inspiration from actual tribes in Africa, and I can't remember the names of them. What a surprise, I know. But things I do remember was the woman with the red clay in her dreadlocks with it flaring out at the ends, and the lip disc. Time for spoilers. This is where most of my problems lie, basically. Just not giant plot stuff, but little plot stuff. I'm gonna start with the smallest stuff first, if that's okay. Alright, so one thing that Wakandan citizens have, or maybe not just Wakandan heritage, I'm not sure. But if you're Wakandan to some degree, you get this sort of tattoo number on the inside of your lip. So if you pull it down and show people, there it is. And vibranium's glowing purple, so you'll clearly see it. If you pull it down, it glows. However, when it's revealed that Andy Serkis is not our antagonist, but it's actual Michael B. Jordan playing Killmonger, and it's shown he has it too. He has some claim to the throne, but he still has the numbers tattooed, which raises the question, if this kid, who pretty much was born and raised in not necessarily the slums, but the cheaper rundown parts of New York City, how do you explain that to your dentist? When he's operating on you, and then suddenly you open up your mouth, and then there's just glowing numbers, and it's hey, what's this? And you're just kind of birthmark? Killmonger, basically, he's mad because a lot of the problems in this world are kind of a lot of people are pretty just ambivalent, or not neutral to conflicts. He specifically brings up, how black communities have been treated in pretty much a lot of the world, especially in America, and he brings up, the slave trade and sort of the whole deal Europe left Africa in, that whole shebang. And he says Wakanda has the materials to go out and help these people, as well as taking over the world in the meantime. And T'Challa's like, no, we have to keep it a secret. Everyone views us as this really poor third world country. We kind of have to leave it at that, because otherwise more people will try to come and steal our vibranium, and we don't want that. So, because Killmonger, he has some claim to the throne, he decides to challenge T'Challa in a duel. And in the duel, if you kill the king, you're the king. And he supposedly kills T'Challa. It's another problem I have. It's a really obvious twist. It's oh no, he's dead. Yeah, sure, whatever. And you're really not doing a good job of convincing me. When he throws T'Challa off the cliff, he becomes the new king. And basically, there's also this flower, this purple pod flower that when you take out the seed and you mash it up into a liquid and you drink it, it'll give you the strength and speed and agility of a panther. When he becomes king, he asks the ladies, why do you need all of this? And they say, well, for when the next king comes after you, and he's like, there will be no other king after me. Burn it down! And then there's this admittedly pretty cool shot of Killmonger just sitting all stoic from like a back view as like flame comes up from these arches. Here's the problem though. Killmonger, you're not gonna live forever. Well, how are you gonna explain it to your offspring? Like, it doesn't really say, like, I want to be the last king of Wakanda and then completely destroy this nation for your selfishness. No, it doesn't bring that up. He pretty much burns it down because he doesn't want anyone else to be king. He wants to be the king. But T'Challa, vibranium doesn't give you immortality. Neither do these purple flowers. You die at the end of this movie, Killmonger. So what are you gonna do when you're all wrinkled and old and your doctor's like, you're gonna die in 3 days, and then your oldest son is like, I wanna be king? How are you gonna do that without the flowers that can help with speed and agility? One thing that my friend brought up to me before was that Marvel movies occasionally have a scene where it gets super serious and then it's like, yeah, I'm gonna go do the thing. And then they kind of include a joke in it. And this happens again in this movie, when T'Challa reemerges from the snow and wakes up and it's like, you know what, let's go take back the throne. A neighboring tribe just kind of shouts out, are you done yet? You done? So yeah, that's been kind of on my mind for a while. And the most painful part of the movie, Zuri, when she's showing off her new tech, her new armor for her brother, she decides to bring up, what are those? You remember what are those? Marvel remembers. And you know what? Yeah, we laughed. But it wasn't an actual genuine laughter. It was nervous laughter, like, ha, make it stop! It was so painful. Like, this is why you can't include memes in movies. They have a very short lifespan. Like, remember when Fairly Odd Parents did the duck face, in like 2016, when it was popular in 2013? Yeah, what are those? Hasn't been popular for 2 years. You can't do memes in movies. Back to positives, but still remaining in spoilers. One thing I noticed is that this movie is really good at, like, erasing any problems you have. Like, the minute you start dwelling too much on, wait a minute, how do you explain the numbered tattoos? Why are you burning those flowers down? Why are you doing this? It just completely erases, like, any problem you had with an action scene, and it's good action scenes, basically. Like, in the climax of the movie, there's war rhinoceroses. Rhinocer, whatever. And it's just like, yep, that's it. Best movie of the year! 12 out of 10, Citizen Kane quakes in its boots! I'll see you later! But yeah, hopefully they kind of address the problems later in, like, different movies. Also, how exactly do you explain all of Age of Ultron come Infinity War? Whatever. Point is, I like this movie. It's a flawed movie. Very flawed, in fact, in the story. But whatever. No movie's perfect. And this one time, I'm okay with that. So, if you liked this movie, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I upload on the 7th, 14th, 21st, 28th of every month, and I'll see you next time. Take care.